Hey guys, welcome back to another segment of A2D, Agree to Disagree. I'm Brian, and we have a very special guest today. His name is Landon. We got a Heat fan on, but first we are going to be talking about the Western Conference Finals. We have a little bit of a surprise in there. We have the Dallas Mavericks, who came up big yesterday against my Phoenix Suns in a Game 7. They kind of embarrassed them a little bit. But you know what? Luka played like a dog, so he brought the Mavericks into the Western Conference Finals. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. BT, I know you picked Dallas in that series, which was kind of a surprise, and you got that one right, man. So I'm gonna let you go first and let us know how you feel about this upcoming series. I don't want to talk about the last series. Let's talk about the upcoming series.
I won't get into it, man. And honestly, I was kind of just messing with you. I really kind of expected the Suns to pull it out, but man, you said, they got that dude right now. Luka, he just took his game to another level, and he's that dude. He's one of the best players, if not the best player going right now. So can he keep it going though? That's the question. Now they go against a healthy Dubs team that are rolling, man. So what do you think, El? You think they can keep it going or what?
I think they're gonna have some trouble, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luka's a hell of a player. Um, if Brunson and the role players and Finney Smith and all of them can come in and pull their weight, they have a decent chance. But you're also going against a team who's been here before. A healthy Steph, Klay's back healthy, Draymond's back healthy, Jordan Poole's playing crazy. Um, so I think with the team scheme that Kerr's put together defensively and how they can drill off 21 straight, it's going to be tough. But I mean, I wasn't going for Dallas in the last series, and they surprised me. So we could see another upset there.
Yeah, I see that. You talk about the role players. A guy like Spencer Dinwiddie, who really showed up last night in that Game 7. I mean, he was unstoppable, shooting the lights out. You talk about Brunson. I mean, he shot well in that series. Luka, he had games where he didn't shoot so well, but I mean, he's going to get his 30 points a game. He's averaging like some godly numbers right now. So if he can continue that, the problem that I see in this Golden State game is, okay, so in the Phoenix series, I thought we were going to see a lot more of like Jay Crowder but we were seeing a lot of Chris Paul. We didn't really match up the way that we thought. I would assume Draymond's going to be on Luka. I mean, he kind of has to, right? I mean, I don't really see anybody else he can guard.
I think
And
it's gonna be
Draymond,
Wiggins. It's got to be Wiggins, man. He don't have the foot speed. He can't. He don't have the lateral. He's a strong defender, but and to that point, Phoenix could have matched up anybody, man. There is no matchup, period. And same with the Dubs. They can try Klay. They can try Wiggins. They can try Dre. It don't matter. They're all about to get that business.
yeah, but Draymond's a little more physical, man. I mean, and Luka's not like the quick. I mean, he moves a little
He's
bit
a
faster than he
beast.
looks like he is. But I mean, I could see them being a lot more physical with them, seeing a lot more double teams, forcing the other guys to step up. But like Landon said, man, like the Dubs have been here before, and they got that championship caliber roster, and they were the one team that I was really really scared about. Thinking that they can come out of the West, and obviously that was before Dallas beat us, but Golden State is they've been there before. And Steph is that guy. Klay is that guy. Jordan Poole is starting to look like maybe that guy. And I think they have a little bit more firepower than just one player. And me personally, I think Golden State wins this series. I don't think it's going to be quick. I don't. Dallas at home is a really good team. So I mean, I could see Golden State in 7, another 7-game series. That's
Yeah.
me
I
personally.
think I think one of the biggest things that are going to play into the advantage of defensively for the Warriors is with the Suns, like you said, they should have put Crowder on. He has a little bit more size, a little bit more girth to him. I think with the Warriors, they can actually switch, and that's what the Suns were doing a lot. They were switching and allowing somebody like Chris Paul to go down on them, or allowing somebody like Booker, who's like, yeah, you're a scorer, but this dude's just going to put you in the paint and do what he needs to do. Also, I didn't see a lot of double teams run that. So he's literally just able to all right, I'm just going to post you up. There's no secondary help. They didn't really force anybody else to do anything. And if you look at last game, Brunson was off. The other role players were kind of off. When Dinwiddie came in, and started getting going, then everybody getting going. I think the defensive scheme for the Warriors may just be a little bit too much for Luka to kind of take on for himself. But again, man's gonna drop 30 at least.
Yeah, for sure. And I kind of agree with you. I'm not saying that the Mavs are about to win. I'm just saying Luka's about to get his. They got no answer for him, so he's gonna do his thing. But to your guys' point, it's a team effort, man, and these guys have more numbers. Game 6 Klay is a real thing, man. That dude's a problem in Game 6. So if it gets there, then they got guys that have been there and done that, and they got more numbers. But Luka, man, it's tough. It's gonna be a fucking dogfight, man. I think it's gonna come down to the wire. And when it gets to close games, you got the best player on your team. That is Luka. Make no mistake about it. He is the best player in this series. The next 2, 3, and 4 are on the Dubs, but the best player, the alpha dog, is Luka. So man, it's gonna be tight. I picked the Dubs, man. Like when I first filled out my bracket, I had Golden State on here a while ago, just because I felt like fully healthy that this team is the most complete team in the West. They're battle tested. They play both ways. And Steve Kerr is back, by the way. They had a little hiccup here. I think that's what it was against the Memphis without him, but Kerr's back. So I think the fact that he's cleared all the protocols and everything, they're at full strength. Steph's fully back from those ankle problems. So I'm leaning towards the Dubs, man. But the way Luka's playing, I want to pick Luka. But officially, I'll say Warriors in 6. Game 6 Klay. It's gonna be too much. I'll go Dubs in 6.
I'll have to agree with that. If it does get drawn out to 7, I'd honestly be surprised. But
I will say my bad. If it goes 7, Mavs are taking it because that guy, Game 7, Luka is starting to look like a real thing too.
I just think the Dubs have been here. I think that they're not like overwhelmed by the moment. I think Luka is really the only one who can't rise to the moment. Being at this level, even though, the performance from other people kind of showed that they can, do what they need to do at that point. It's different. The Warriors are not the Suns. So I think it's going to be Warriors in 6.
Do we see a lot more of that death lineup too? I mean, do you see them like taking Looney out and then doing more of the Jordan that trio with Draymond? I mean, and plus Wiggins, we always forget about Wiggins too. He was an all-star starter. So I mean, that 5 on the court, I mean, other than Draymond, they can score 4 different ways on you. So
right. I think that's a really good point. And I think it's time. I think it's time to start them, and I think it's time to get it rocking. They didn't really do it against Memphis. Memphis, they went big. They went Jackson and Adams.
They had to.
So yeah, they couldn't match up. If they went small against them, they were going to get pounded inside. So, but against Dallas, what are they going to do? Put Kleba and Powell together? Watch out. So, they can go small and they can get away with it. And play to your game, right? Don't try to worry about them. Play to your game, play to your strengths, and that's your strength. So play to it. I think it's time. Steve Kerr needs to go ahead and start that death lineup. And if he does, that's what I think is going to, sway them in 6 games.
And I was going to say that too. We're talking about the defense of the Suns. Obviously, you can't get this far in the playoffs if you don't have defense. So it's a huge shout out and credit to the coaching staff and the ability of the players in Dallas to be able to lock in. Like, how are you going to hold, the top 3 scores to the Suns to 1 for 15 or something like that in the first half? You held them with 27 points in the entire first half. And you're talking about Booker and people that can get off and get 30 a game. It's going to be fun to watch. I think it's really
Jason Kidd, man. Yeah, Jason Kidd coached his ass off. He made some adjustments. He brought in that Nila Kina guy. Was he used to be on the Knicks? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That dude played some solid defense. They needed guys like that. Every team needs a guy like that. And Dallas, we're starting to see that they got some of these guys, man. Some of these role players are pretty dang good, man. Especially Brunson. Who can guard him? Like he had his way too, man. Like, and on that team, is Klay gonna do it? Because he's gonna give them some problems too.
I didn't think he was that good.
Dude, he's nice.
Just watching him in the playoffs, and you're watching the change of pace, the dribble moves, the in and out, behind the back, the pump fake, and the up and under, and you're like, bro, you're like 5'5". Like, how are you?
It's crazy.
Hey, we'll see. I will see. I mean, Golden State is good on defense too. So, I mean, they got Klay, they got Draymond, they got, Steph has been a pretty good two-way player recently. So I'm only picking them in 7 only because the Mavs seem to get really hot at home. They shoot the three. There's something about that building. They shoot the lights out there. 20 plus threes, I think, in 2 different games this last series. So that's the only reason I see it going 7. But I think experience, like we keep talking about, that's what's going to be the difference in this series. And like, who's going to guard Steph? Who are they going to put on Steph? Steph, to me, is going to be, he's going to be like, he's like almost the forgotten factor here. But that dude is the best shooter of all time. And you talk about shooting, he's the best shooter of all time. If he gets going, it's going to be a blowout. And that's how it shortens the series, is if he starts shooting lights out. But then you got Jordan Poole, who's hitting tough shots. I mean, we're forgetting how good offensively they are and how good defensively they are. And I thought
they're gonna put Reggie Bullock. That's who they kind of had guard Chris Paul, and he did a pretty solid job. And I think that's who's gonna have to chase
Steph Curry
around.
is not Chris Paul though, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, I mean, Chris Paul's he's a different point guard. Steph Curry is.
They're at different stages. One guy's in his prime, the other guy's at the end of his prime. They're at different stages, and it's the duds, man.
But also, it's the different style of play, right?
Yeah.
Chris Paul is going to look for a pick and roll, or he's going to try and maybe isolate a little bit and hit you with an elbow jumper or mid range. Steph can do that. Steph can get to the cup. He can pull up from 30 or 40. But also, a lot of their movement is what creates the chaos. So you're looking at Steph because he just hit 2 or 3 threes coming off of a flare screen or a down pick, popping out to the wing. And then next thing you know, you got Klay cutting to the basket for a layup. And Draymond is such a willing passer. I wouldn't be surprised if just with their ball movement, he averages, 10 assists in this series and not even worried about taking a shot.
Yeah, and Steph gets rid of the ball so fast. I mean, he doesn't even need that much time. You could be smothering that guy. You could be doubling that guy. He gets the ball off so fast, and he's just so freaking pinpoint accurate that, if you're talking about accuracy and shooting, I think Golden State has a big, advantage in that. I mean, I think the Mavericks had the advantage in the last series. They're not going to have the advantage in this series. And even defensively, I still think Golden State, plus they have home court. I mean, I think all 3 of us agree that Golden State's been here. They're going to win it. It just depends on how fast.
Right. I agree. I got dozen 6. If it goes 7 though, I'm on record. Luka's getting that if it goes 7.
Dubs and 6. Like
and
Warriors,
Frisco?
but maybe Dubs. Warriors, but maybe Mavs.
Way to go on a limb there, BT.
Right.
Good job.
Hey, but I do got the duds, but I'm just saying game 7, he's played in, I think he's got averages like 39 a game in game 7s in the 3 games that this dude's played. It's just crazy, this shit that we're seeing. And he's a bad man, dude. If you give him life, you give them life.
He's still 1 and 2 in game 7s, man. So let's calm down a little bit on that. He's 1 and 2. He's not like he's 3-0 and going ballistic.
He's got some help now, though. It's a team game, and he's the lead dog. Now he's got some help. That we'll see, man. It's gonna be a fun series, that's for sure. Make sure you guys subscribe. Let us know. Thanks, El, for coming on, and you guys let us know who you guys got. We all on the dubs over here. Are you a Mavs fan? Holla at us. Let us know.
All right, guys. Peace.